Welcome to Vertical Football, and this is the five things we learned. Yeah, this is Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 1. Yeah, so for me, I think the overall for this game, I would say we played against a very poor Crystal Palace side. I think they were poor in every aspect of the game. Their quality was way below the quality of Crystal Palace that we used to know in their passes, in the way they went in for the duels, both area duels and grand duels, their chances in the final third. I feel like they were very. I think terrible is the best word to use for Crystal Palace in this particular match. So I will not be so caught up in what Chelsea has done to get 3-1 in this particular one. But for Chelsea, I think, in all honesty, we didn't play beautiful football, but the mindset to win was there. Yeah, because you saw at one point all we were just doing is getting the ball a little bit, move it up forward. Crystal Palace collects it, they shift it back to the half, we receive the ball again, and it's just back and forth of nothing really precise in the whole thing. But there were some positives there in the person of Estevao. It was really, really brilliant for me. And Andre Santos, yeah, and even the goal Chelsea considered, I felt like it was something that it was all just minutes of we switching off. Yeah, those, like, we have spoken about these things before. Like, there's just all these 2 seconds of, oh, we are in the lead, or oh, we just lost the ball, and the players are just trying to, like, let's relax, but your opponent is not relaxing. So I feel like that those are one of the things that happen in this match. So let's go into the 5 things we learned. Let's discuss about this match. So the first thing for me, I want to speak about Pedro Neto. Yeah, I know his name has been flying all around in the air in recent matches, but I just feel like in this particular match is very, very ineffective. Yeah, because if let's analyze this thing and see the truth behind this thing. This system, in the way I have seen, in the way I've analyzed, I feel like it's a system that gives space and give chances for the wingers, in the sense that because we are going to tuck in most of the time, whenever we are off the ball, we try to, like, stay compact. So whenever we get the ball and we want to build up, there is always chance for the winger on the flank. So that puts them in a situation where they are always 1v1 majority of the time. So if you are getting a 1v1 chance majority of the time, what's stopping you from getting the best out of the 90 minutes? So I feel like I was really, really, I was irritated by his performance in this particular match. And one thing that I saw with Pedro Neto in this match is he lacks creativity. Yeah, he lacks creativity. We know in my own book, I would say he's an average player. Yeah, but he's still that guy who, when he can come out of these normal things that he's doing and just keep stacking other things on what he's doing, he will get better. But I think he's too comfortable with what he can do, in the sense that when he gets the ball, he just wants to run and go and make crosses. We understand that is a very good part of the game, but you have to understand that there are more to being a winger than just making crosses or than just running. So I feel like he had a very, very terrible game in this particular one. You see most of the time, like I analyzed in my Rosenior's tactics, that video. If you have not seen it, try and watch it, where we spoke about the role of Pedro Neto. He tries to come to the midfield, to the halfway line. Cucurella comes close to that space and they find a way to manipulate the ball, and so he's always going to have space ahead of him. And we saw that a lot of time in this match. He had spaces ahead of him, but whenever he takes the ball, it's just like, that this guy is just going to put his head down, run. If he eventually beats his player, make crosses that you didn't even look into the box to see whether your striker is there or to see who is arriving. You just run to go and make crosses. Open your creativity box, and if you don't have anything there, try to train for some other things. Dribble players, go inside, come out, take shots, do a whole lot of things, link up. So I'll stop here with Pedro Neto. I feel like he had a very, very terrible game, and I just believe he should do better. He should try and work on plenty other things that can help him to get his game to the highest level. Yeah, so let's talk about the second thing. I think the second thing for me is to talk about Estevao. Yeah, Estevao is brilliant. I would not lie to you. That guy is brilliant. Yeah, in the sense that we have spoken about this thing so much, where like, you are going to play in some matches where you are not going to get so much of chances. Look at Chelsea before that goal that Estevao scored. I'm not sure we played any shots to the goalkeeper, or if we had even played shots, it would have been more of an off target and blocked shots. But when this guy got that one chance and he went on, placed the ball very well, and then he buried it. That's what you call effectiveness. Like, you don't need 20 to bury one. You just need that one or at most two to bury what you have. And I feel like he did that perfectly in this particular match. And also, his creativity is something that we need to applaud because he has varieties. Unlike the other wingers at the club where, like when they take the ball, all they want to do is just run. But with this boy, when he gets the ball, he's somebody who wants to run, and at the same time, he wants to take you on 1v1 and dribble you, if not even going out to just run and beat the player. But he wants to take you 1v1, cut outside, cut inside, play cut back, or go for the goal, or sometimes make us crosses. Like, even speaking about it, you see how many options that we have spoken about in just how many seconds now. And these are everything that this boy does. There are varieties in his creativity box. He is a young boy, I would have said, but this is going to be very disrespectful. I would have said the other guys needs to watch this boy, but that's going to be a disrespect. But I just feel like he's setting a good example. This is like the blueprint of what we need in our wingers. Yeah, this is, and another thing about the boy is he plays it simple. Yeah, as much as he wants to dribble, as much as he wants to take player on, he understands the right time to drop passes, and that helps his link up play. Like, sometimes you see him, he's taking the ball, and then he just give it to this guy, then go to another place to collect the ball. Like, he knows how to play it simple, and football is best played simple. So I think I enjoyed what I saw with Estevao in this particular match. Yeah. So let's go into the third thing. I think the third thing for me is another dimension of the of the setup. Yeah. And in the person of Andre Santos, he was the one who showed all of those things. I know it's a coach instruction, but let's just speak about that tactics in itself. When we were playing on the ball, we had three at the back in the person of Badiashile, Chalobah, and Reece James on the right hand side. And whenever we move forward in this particular match, Caicedo tend to play as the central midfielder moving forward, and Enzo Fernandez in the 10. So Andre Santos was the 6. So whenever we concede possession and they are bringing the ball to us, you see Andre Santos talking to the 3 at the back, and he makes it 4 to bring some balance into it. Moises Caicedo tries to cover up, and Cucurella joins him, just talking a little bit and join Moises Caicedo in that place, not necessarily as a double pivot, but just to create some numbers, most especially on where the ball is on the pitch. So he's just giving us a very different dynamic. And sometimes you see him, you see the way he's joining to build up. Like, it's just different. Like, when he gets on the ball, unlike the other times where you want to play through the side, in this place, he just plays into the left center back or the right center back. He's opening up, collecting the ball, bouncing back, and he's allowing the other guys just push back. When they know, we have beaten their press, he just collects the ball, and he helps us to do that very much. So I feel like I like that part of the game. I like what Andre Santos brings into it, and I like how he sinks into the system, the tactics, and the way we want to play. So let's go into the fourth thing. I think the fourth thing for me, I want to speak about the ideology behind the way Chelsea is going about their thing now. I think pragmatism is becoming the new way, in my opinion. We have seen it even with Guardiola, that idealism is not. It's good because you need to be able to create things. You need to be able to look at one formation and I can tweak this in this way and make it become this, and it becomes very effective for you. But you have seen in Chelsea, and why do I speak about pragmatism in this sense? You have seen Chelsea game in the last 2 matches against Brentford, and in this particular match, you cannot say we played beautiful football. That's never beautiful football. The football is not interesting to watch, but the idea behind it is go and win game. Know how to win games. And I feel it's in a good situation for us because under Enzo Maresca, we were good tactically. You saw a whole lot of dynamics in the way we wanted to play under Maresca. There were a whole lot of ideas popping in here and there. But in this system, I think Rosenior is just using that tactics or building on what is already existing on ground, but adding more pragmatism to it, in the sense that if you are going to be dirty to get a win, be dirty and get a win. And I feel like I like the mindset, but you just know that there are ups and downs to everything. You are going to still get to a point where you are going to play with an idealist who have multiple options in their mind, and then energy alone will not help you. The mindset alone will not help you. You know, it has to be a blend of tactics and the mindset. So I just feel like this is just to call out for Liam Rosenior. As much as we are being pragmatic in this way that we want to approach game, I feel like we should be trying to learn some ideas, come up with new ideas to blend the whole things together. Yeah. So the last thing for me is speaking about Chelsea switching off. I think this things is beginning to happen times without number. We saw it in the Charlton's match. Yeah, we saw it in the Arsenal's match. We saw it in the yes, he occurred in the Brentford's match also, though he didn't turn to goal. So I feel like we need to wake up in that aspect. In this particular match, it happened in the sense that we have gotten the 3-0 lead, and then we felt we were very, very comfortable. We started playing the ball at the back. We started trying to manage the game, to see the game off. But at one point, it was just like, boom, everything just went off, and the player, we just started making mistakes here and there. So I even saw the coach. He was trying to like show his hand, calm down guys, but they were not, I feel like they were lost in their mind already, and they just scattered the whole thing. How do you play a match from 1 minute to 73 minutes? You did not concede a goal. They even got a red card, and then after the red card, you still went on to the match and you conceded a goal. I see why Sanchez was very, very furious in that part. Yeah, I see reason why he was very, very furious. Like, you need to keep your head straight. You need to make sure that irrespective of what the situation is, you have to keep going. And when we have seen it, you look at Chelsea in the Champions League against Purpose. We tried and penetrate these guys, but it was not working. We kept our head straight until the end. But now this is another situation where we know, okay, now we have to break this barrier, because now we are leading. How do you make sure you keep on the lead and not allow the opponents come into the game? Is another barrier to break. And I feel like if you go and, because you look at the way Crystal Palace play, if you give that kind of opportunity to a better team, I just believe, as if there is still time, we can suffer for it, because it was obvious that they were coming back into the game already, but we still tried our best to like see the game off. So guys, these are my 5 things. I just believe, I believe we are on the right track. We just need to do some things here and there, most especially with the performance. Our performance is not the best performance. It's terrible performance in all honesty, but the idea is get the win. And I feel like the boys understand the message. They are getting the win, but as much as you are getting the win, you need to be able to play good football. So guys, this is brought to you by Vertical Football. This is Chelsea 3, Crystal Palace 1. So what is it that you see? What do you see in the match? Please put it in the comment section. And what are the things that I've spoken about that you feel like, oh, you see it differently? Let's discuss about it in the comment section. So we see you some other time. Namaste.